오롱은 율이 노총섬 밤목에 서로동 홀러 여성촐기 물르니 밤마중이 시술락 고라도 강 로망 봉골 기티 제소 다그들기 신질로 시식소 솔 그루 밤모 So, since we're with so many folks who have spiritual backgrounds of different kinds, I'm going to do something that would be absurd for some people, but not for us. Okay. This exercise that we're going to do, or exploration that we're going to do, is for the sake of clarifying consciousness in itself, or becoming clear about consciousness in itself. And it's a form of using, it's a way of using discriminating awareness or discrimination. So I'm going to say something here. There's a way in which I'm one with this, or I am this. But for the sake of this exploration, we're more interested in the way in which I'm not this. So the way in which I'm not this is I'm the subject, aware of this, which is an object. And this can come and go, but the subject is present. And then this is here, and now it's gone. And it's also, I'm aware of it. I'm the subject, it's the object. So in that sense, it's not me, because I'm subject, it's the object. So there you go. I just wanted to start off with that. Most people in the world would say, of course you're not it, but just to be clear about the way in which we're proceeding. So whenever you're ready, I mean, you can do this if you'd like with a relaxed, open-eyed gaze. But it's probably, most people would probably want to close their eyes. So whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes and just relax. And just notice the sensation of your breathing. And notice the way your breath, or the sensation of your breath, is an object to you. You're aware of it. You're the subject, and it is the object. And now notice the sensations of your body. You could start with the sensations of your toes, tips of your fingers, top of your head, and allow your attention or your awareness to spread throughout the whole body. And notice all the sensations of your body, as well as the sensations of the breath. Do you have a sense of all that? Good. So just notice the way the sensations of your body are an object to you as well. You're aware of them. You're the subject, and the sensations of the body are an object. And now notice whatever sort of sensations you feel running through the body that you might call energy or presence, and any sensations of energy that may be around the body, radiating from the body. Some people will feel this, some people won't. It doesn't matter. Just include the sensations that you do feel with the sensations of the body. Maybe you feel energy running through the body or around the body. And just notice all of that energy, all of that sensation. You're aware of the sensations of the body, are you not? And the energy around the body. So in that sense, the energy and the sensations are an object to you. They're all objects to you. They're all objective. You're the subject, they are the object. And now if there's any sense, a larger sense of presence, any sense of presence at all, your own presence, the presence of us all here. Maybe you have a sense of presence of the room or of outside the room. Whatever sense of presence you feel at the level of feeling sensation, include that with the sensation of your body and your bodily energy. And just notice the way in which all of that sense of presence is also an object to you. You're aware of it. And notice whatever feeling emotionally you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling interested, or maybe you're feeling bored. It can even be a feeling of neutralness. Maybe you're feeling relaxed. Whatever feelings you're feeling, whatever emotions you're feeling, include those as well. Include the entire emotional field. You're aware of the emotional field, are you not? So in that sense, the emotional field is also an object to you. And just notice that. The whole feeling sensation field, or we can call that the kinesthetic field, that's an object to you. And the emotional field is an object to you. And now as I'm speaking, you're aware of my voice, right? You may be aware of maybe the buzz of the computer or some static as well. Or there may be sounds in your room that you're aware of as well. Even sounds outside the room. Maybe the sound of your own breathing. Just notice the entire auditory field, the field of sound. Allow all the sounds to be there. And notice that that field of sound, that auditory sound, is also objective to you. You're aware of it. So in that sense, you're not it. You're not the auditory field. You're not the feeling sensation field. You're not the emotional field. You are aware of all of these. Also notice any smells or tastes that you may be experiencing, the olfactory field and gustatory field. You're aware of these, are you not? So in that sense, you aren't taste or smell. You are aware of them. These are objects to you. And if your eyes are closed, there may be little bits of light that you're noticing through your eyelids with your eyes closed, or if your eyes are open, whatever objects there are there, just notice the entire visual field. You're aware of the visual field, are you not? So in that sense, it's an object to you. You're aware of it. Auditory field, visual field, field of feeling sensation or kinesthetic field, emotions. Thoughts, maybe, I'm sure there's been some thoughts going on as well. So just notice those thoughts as well. You're aware of thought, aware of thinking. And they can be like, what is it, like digital thoughts, like a story or an ongoing description in your mind or in your thought, a narrative speaking. Also, you can have a visual picture thoughts, those kind of thoughts, like maybe like you see like a faucet. And if you hear the faucet dripping, you can have an auditory thought as well. All of those thoughts, whatever imagery there is, as well as the narrative or discursive talking thoughts. All of that, let's call that the field of mind, field of thought, field of mind. You're aware of this mind, are you not? So in that sense, it's an object to you. You aren't it. You're the subject, it's the object. Now, some folks might have this, some folks sometimes don't, but you may be one of most people, maybe one of the people that have this feeling of me, an actual feeling of me, meaning yourself, the feeling of me in your awareness. Do you have a sense of me, of yourself? Do you have a feeling sense of yourself anywhere? You're aware of this feeling sense of yourself, of me, aren't you? So in that sense, that feeling sense of me is an object to you. It isn't you. You're the subject aware of that I amness or me-ness. You're aware of it, are you not? So in that sense, it isn't you. You're aware of it. And as I've been speaking, we've been bringing attention from one place to the other, from bodily sensation to thought to emotion. And so that's been kind of a movement of attention. You're aware of attention, are you not? It's very subtle, very close. But in that sense, attention is an object to you. You're aware of it. It's the object, you're the subject. So you aren't attention, you're aware of attention in this sense. And the whole time I've been speaking, there's been like a kind of a checking, like you're aware of this, are you not? Mm-hmm. And in that sense, you're the subject, not the object, right? And that little checker, kind of like a noticer, a discriminator, going, It's kind of just like looking and saying, is that true? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're aware of this noticer, aren't you? So in that sense, even the noticer that's been going, yeah, that discriminating mind, that discrimination, it's been noticing and it's an object to you. You're aware of it. So in that sense, it is in you. So see if you can get a sense of the subject phenomena, all of these objective things. You have a sense of the subject. So there's a lot of folks here, but if you have a sense yourself of the subject, whatever it is, whatever you call it, what would you call that sense? You're aware of that sense, are you not? So in that sense, whatever it is that you're saying is a sense of the subject is an object to you. You're aware of it, whether it's vastness or silence or emptiness or vastness or whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're aware of. It's an object to you, is it not? You're aware of it. So that isn't the subject either. If there's any sense of a subject, any sense of it, the sense of it, not it. It's an object. So just give yourself time to be. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I'll just say that this is pointing to that which is unspeakable, really, not an object. The light of awareness, the light of consciousness, consciousness itself, are all words that don't exactly do it justice. And we've heard so many words, or many of us have, that point to this, like the word consciousness. I mean, we think about it like, okay, so here's this little iPhone. It's blue. The iPhone is blue. It's an object and it's blue. But what is blueness? Like blueness is an abstraction, really. It's an adjective, right? Blueness. It's not a noun. It's not a thing, blueness. It's a quality of a thing. It's a quality. Consciousness, like blueness or wetness, is not a thing. It's a quality. And in what's kind of mind-blowing or kind of beyond thought is that it has no object. So no one ever experiences consciousness. They recognize consciousness. They realize consciousness. Because look, the whole time I've been saying, you're aware of this, are you not? And like, you're the subject. The subject is aware of this, right? So this is you. That's not findable. It's you that we're speaking of. You are the subject that's aware. But there's no you as an object that you can find or that can be experienced, is better to say. Nothing can really be said about it. Can't say it exists, can't say it doesn't exist. I mean, so in Buddhism, a lot of the languages via negativa, it's emptiness, it's no self. And in Hinduism, a lot of the languages via positiva, it's the self. So language is not able to capture this. It's outside of the categories of something existing, because something existing cannot exist. This is not like that. It's also outside of the categories of something not existing, because it can come into existence and not exist. It's just beyond. So we can just be it. We are it. When attention can't find where it needs to look, doesn't move, when there's no motion of attention, by nature it is lost in consciousness itself, equally distributed everywhere, nowhere. This is consciousness itself. This is the foundation of all of it. It's like a light. I mean, people usually, when they think of light, most of us don't really recognize that light's invisible, or we don't really think about it much. I mean, as soon as we think about it, it's like, oh, of course. But before that, we kind of think of, like, when I think of light, I see a ray of light, which is actually little particles of dust in which light is reflecting off of. And that's how we see light. We see it because it's reflected off of things. So we know when there's light there because we can see other things, not because we can see light, except that we see other things. And it happens, it's like so matter of fact that we don't recognize that light is invisible. So the light of consciousness is invisible. Ramana Maharshi was asked about this. He was asked, like, well, if you can't find it, then how can you say it exists? And he said, right, but who will deny their own existence? Because obviously you're aware of things. There's a you. This is why the Hindus like to call it a self. There's a you that's aware of things, but it's unfindable. So the Buddhists like to say no self or emptiness. Its nature is empty of inherent existence. And yet its natural luminosity, effortless luminosity, is what makes everything real or experienceable. It is not experienceable. You are not experienceable. You make everything possible to be experienced in this sense. So if anyone has anything they'd like to share or any questions, feel free.